So I was trying to figure out how I can put a Haltech ECU in this and manipulate Haltech's CAN output to work with the CAN network in the existing car. I was hoping that that would allow the rack to work and also the OE dash to some capacity. It doesn't look like that's the case because Haltech currently doesn't allow me to manipulate that CAN output to suit my vehicle specific needs. They are working on that. They have no ETA on when that's going to be released. So I'm kind of on the fence right now. I'm still wanting to put the Haltech in it for sure. I'm debating. The car runs so good on this current setup. It's really hard to walk away from that. I feel like I'm very much starting over. I know I can put a nitrous controller, like a full throttle single stage nitrous controller, an NOS, little NOS box. I have one in it to run the shifter, then it would shift itself. And that's really all I would have to do after the intercooler is pumped and the car would be ready to go to the track. Now between now and opening day of testing, I only have 3 available weekends to work on the car. So yeah, so I'm not sure 100% what I'm gonna do. Like I still wanna put the Haltech in it. I feel like eventually I'm gonna do that. The possibility of needing to buy the Haltech dash, the IC7, which is a great piece, they're awesome. But between that and the rack deal, it's like $1,100 for the 2 pieces. I'm just really not sure I want to spend that kind of cash on that stuff currently. But maybe we will. I don't know. We'll see. The other thing I thought about too is Haltech will actually output a OBD2 signal to an OBD2 connector, which I have, and this car currently has an N gauge on it. I wasn't sure if maybe I could run the N gauge with the OBD2 and get a few of the values on there that I really want. I mean, all I really want to care to see is coolant temp and trans temp are really the only things I'm super worried about. I mean, it'd be nice to see IAT too, I suppose, so I don't like forget to run the water pump. But aside from that, those 3 things, which I'm hoping would be available on the OBD2 output through Haltech, and maybe could display in the N gauge. It's not like I'm looking at the dash going on the track anyway, just temp stuff is really what's important to me. So I'm kicking that idea around as well. That would get me out of having to buy the IC7 for the car. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at. I gotta finish plumbing this intercooler up, and then I still want to do that, take it to the shop to put it on the dyno and see what kind of power we're making on the same boost level we had the 6R80 at, just to get a locked converter 6R80 versus the unlocked Turbo 400 power number on the dyno. I know that because of how the dyno works with a loose stall, it doesn't always correlate well to what you're going to see at the track for a difference. I'm expecting it to lose some power there on the dyno and perform as well at the track as it did with the other trans, just by nature of how the dyno works, right? So still need to do that. That's gonna be my next thing. I'm hoping the next video I post is going to be us finishing up the intercooler plumbing and then me putting this thing on the dyno. Fingers crossed that I can make that happen this next week here. Liking the idea of putting a Haltech in it. The biggest advantages I have with the Haltech in the car really is being able to do power management stuff. On the stock ECU, I'm relatively limited, whereas with the Haltech, I could do different launch control strategies so we can build more boost on the hit. If the converters doesn't allow the thing to spin loose enough to make the boost without some sort of, you know, quote unquote anti-lag, but just a launch control where we're pulling timing, adding fuel to spool the charger. I could do all that in Haltech. I could have a timing retard off the trans brake release. I can have a race timer, and then all of the controls for the transmission, the boost control, everything's all in one unit, which is so nice. So I really do want to put the Haltech in it. I'm probably just gonna have to pull the trigger on and do it, but yeah. So currently, like right now, the stock ECU deal, I data log with the N gauge, and then I program stuff with HP tuners. And then I have a boost leaf CO2 boost control on the car, so the boost control is separate, the engine management separate, and then if we do the nitrous switch to run the transmission control is also separate. So multiple boxes, and then the 2-steps on its own right now currently. Obviously when I go to the Haltech, that'll go away, the bump box will be through, everything will be controlled by one unit, and that is just, I don't know, such a more user-friendly situation for sure. But yeah, so yeah, leave some comments, leave some feedback, let me know what you think. Sorry again that this video isn't terribly exciting, but it kind of is what it is. I'll get back to this thing next weekend and have some more cool videos to post. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel and check out some of the other stuff we're doing, a lot of the stuff from work, and then obviously the build on this car and some future personal projects we have coming along as well. So check it out.